All right, I'm gonna go ahead and explain how you guys are gonna do your Palintest with your Palin-6. We'll run pH, cyanuric acid, and total alkalinity, kind of to give you guys a spread. First things first, when you're grabbing your sample, go ahead and have your sample stream run for a second, maybe a minute. Let it run a while. We wanna get a really good fair sample of the water. These are brand new, so they're nice and clean. Try to rinse them out afterwards. It'll just kind of help keep your vials clean. So we're gonna go ahead and fill them up all the way to the top. We'll fill our sample here. And we'll come outside of the table. All right, so when you're measuring these, I'm gonna take you back to some chemistry. You wanna measure at the 10 milliliter mark where the meniscus is. You see that? That's exactly where we want it. You don't want to stick your finger in because that can contaminate your sample. So you just kind of give it a shake. And if you overkill it, you can add from your other sample. Spot on the money. Great. So then with your shirt or your hoodie, you're going to dry off your sample. And we'll go ahead and stick it in here. See how this diamond here, you want to match that up with the arrow so it's straight in, and we'll put a cap on. And I already turned it on, but when you first turn it on, you're going to have chlorine and bromine as options. Let's go ahead and do pH first. So we have to start with a brand new sample. So we're going to blank it out over here. See how the little vial on the screen is not full? We're going to hit blank. So it's getting a sample water. It's blanking out. Perfect. So now it's ready. So over here, you have your chlorine, your pH, and whatnot. Here's pH, ethanol red. We'll go ahead and grab one. When you get your tab out, don't use your fingers because again, it could contaminate your sample. So you just kind of push it in and then it's in there. And then we'll take our little stir stick guy. We're gonna stir him up real nice. Make sure it's all dissolved. What's nice with pH is I can test immediately. So again, the triangle goes down. We'll put my cap on. And then over here, I'm gonna test. It's gonna test 7.79. Great. We can look at our box, make sure we're within range. Let's move on to total alkalinity. Since I've already blanked out this test, I do not need to re-blank out, but I'm gonna go back with the back arrow and I'm gonna find alkalinity, which is this one. And I'm going to find my alkalinity tabs here. I'll give it a set. Dry off that. Ooh, she's stuck. Okay, and we'll give it a good stir. Now, what's different with a few tests, such as alkalinity, cyanuric, calcium hardness, is we need to wait before we can test. So I've already blanked it. I don't need to do that again. So I'm gonna hit test. It's gonna give me a 1 minute countdown. So after I've stirred and waited, I'm gonna wait 1 minute prior to taking this test. All right, so here we go. My cap wasn't on all the way, so I'm gonna go ahead and run the test again. 104 is our alkalinity. Okay, I'll set that over. And then we're gonna do calcium hardness. Now, oh, cyanuric, that's right, that's the one we're gonna do. Cyanuric is a 2 minute test. So again, we'll take cyanuric, pop her in, give her a good crunch and stir. And she's already looking cloudy, so that's good. That means we have cyanuric in the water. We'll let her wait. Let's go to our cyanuric test, which is CYA. And we're gonna hit that. It's gonna give me a 2 minute countdown. All right, so counting down. Put my cap on. Again, I missed it. So we'll hit, oh, there we go. So then we hit test. Now it's gonna give me my cyanuric acid reading, which is a little low. You know, we strive for 30. but that's great that it's not 2. The next thing I want to talk about, if you guys have questions, I only ran 3 tests here. There is a guide in your Palintest test. It is very, very helpful. It literally gives you a how-to. So if you have questions, obviously reach out, but I think you can also do yourself a favor and, you know, read through. It's pretty intuitive, but these are great. This is how you want to calibrate your controllers, and it gives you a reading it's definitely not subjective. You know, St. Eric is 19 for sure.